Okie dokie. Hi guys, Monique Leslie, Misfit Crafter here. And if you're catching the replay, cool, thank you. Give me like 2 seconds and I'll be right there, I promise. I'm like a minute late, so I apologize. I was trying to fix something real quick to make sure that I can see your comments if anybody comes on. I'm hoping for the best. Alright, give me like a second here. I'm just looking for something real quick. See if I can find it. I cannot find it. That is okay. I'm making myself dizzy, honestly. Holy moly. Okay. Did not think I was that far behind it, but alright. I'm hoping that the chat works, so if I do miss something, give me a second because I'm fixing it real quick. I'm hoping I don't miss the chat though. I need to go to here and I need to go to here and here and here. That's what I was trying to do. There. Alright, I think I got it now. I gotta go back to where I was. Oops. There and there. There we go. So apparently, like, Instagram's gotten all fancy, and I was trying to just post that I was going live, and it's being weird. Okay, sorry. All right, there we go. I think I got it now. Sorry about that. Got it. It's just being so weird, and I don't know why. I'm going to mute this so we don't got sound coming out of that guy. I'm making sure. There. Okay. I'm not sure if I was sounding weird. If I was at the very beginning, I apologize. I will cut it out for the replay. But if you are just joining me, I'm Monique Leslie, Misfit Crafter and Misfit Crafter Studio, Misfit Crafter on all social media except for TikTok because someone got my name first, so it's misfit.crafter. But everywhere else, Misfit Crafter and Misfit Crafter Studio. So I just feel like I'm so afraid that this chat's not working. It's not the first time I've used it, but I'm always afraid it's not working. Okay, there. Except I could swear I muted you. There we go. Sorry about that. I was trying to mute the trying to mute the tablet so that I could see what the heck I was doing. So there we go. So what I wanted to do, and you're gonna see my big old mess of desk. It's not even a desk, it's like an island. It's like a giant 4-foot by 8-foot island that I'm on right now. It's massive. You're only seeing a little part of it. No, I don't have a ton of money. I built this from scratch using lumber and cinder blocks, which was awesome. But what I want to do is dye some paper. So because I want to make my junk journal that I created, and gotta forgive me because I dropped a piece. Sorry, I'm facing you backwards. I dropped a piece of it, so I'm putting it right here. Actually, I don't know if it's gonna let me make me much bigger, but it's about as big as it's gonna let me go. So I have some papers dyed already, if you guys can see this, and actually we put them under here. But I have some papers that are already dyed, that I dyed a long time ago, that are like a gray black paper that I had dyed from a Halloween junk journal that I made a while back. So I'm gonna put that over there. But I created this. Did I pick it up? I must have picked it up. Okay. I created this junk journal. Sorry, I was looking for another piece of the junk journal that was missing. There's another post about the junk journal itself if you guys want to check it out. But I created this junk journal that I called Vibrant Wonderland because I love bright colors and everything. And I wanted something really pretty and bright for the junk journal instead of it being like the same old, darker, vintagey looking one. I'm trying to grab a hold of the paper. But here are the pages from it. Now just keep in mind that the paper that these are printed on are photo paper, but it's like a matte, real thin photo paper or a sublimation paper. That's basically what sublimation paper is, by the way, guys. It's just a matte photo paper. But you can see how pretty are these. I love the color that it makes. And I had printed these just for the purpose of being able to show them because they are so pretty and bright. So if you do get a nicer paper, I do recommend making sure that if you're going to get a matte photo paper to do a book like this, though, to make sure you get it double-sided. And that's the only thing about these. These are not printed on a double-sided paper. The back has this like watermark type of thing on it. But it's really nice, like if you're only going to use the one side or you want to paint on the other side of the paper, but it's really pretty. I love it. And I love the colors that ended up on this. These particular sheets, though, I'm going to use for like cutting out or just holding on to it just so that I can show it whenever I need to like show it. And sorry, I'm looking down at the picture instead of looking at you guys. I'm so sorry. It's a very bad habit of mine. But I love this. I mean, it's so pretty. I love it. I love it a lot. I really made it for myself, but I do have it up on my shop on misfitcrafterstudio.com or misfitcraftermenagerie.com. Go both places. Leads to the same place. But I created it because I wanted the journal because I saw these graphics, so I decided to make them into a journal. But I'm offering it up on my website for only $2 for the whole kit. You get all the printable papers and everything. And then I reprinted it on double-sided matte presentation paper. So it's still very vibrant with color on the matte presentation paper, but I guess it's not as brightly bold, not the same way anyway, as you can see. So I'll do a side-by-side comparison in a second so you can really see the difference. But if you're ever like wondering about paper and what to print them on, it just depends on the look you're trying to get, really, more than anything. So see, here's this one. This is the one that you can tell the most on. I mean, even though you're on like camera and cameras are all different, this is a side-by-side. You can see the difference. This is, like I said, it's like a photo paper, and this is a presentation matte paper. You still get a very good look, but you can definitely see the color difference. I'm going to use these for my cover and these on the inside. But I needed to dye some more papers to go inside, so that's why I am here today. So these are the inserts that you can get, just so you can get an idea. There's a lot. They're listed. You can see them online a lot closer up and all of that. But there are so many different cutouts that you can get that are so pretty. I definitely recommend putting the cutouts onto photo paper, on matte photo paper. It's not too terribly expensive. It's not like buying regular photo paper, so it's going to cost a fortune. But it's still pretty cool. It's getting like dark. Hoping you guys are going to be able to see this okay anyway. Alright, so the paper that I'm going to dye, and I've never tried dyeing this one before. So if it doesn't work, I'm going to switch to regular plain copy paper. But for now, I'm going to try my hardest to dye this presentation matte paper. It has a little bit more of a, you're really not going to be able to tell because it's hard to tell, but it's like a satiny, smooth feel to it. And I'm just using this bin I got from Daiso. I love it. It's like the perfect size bin. It has handles. It's just deep enough, and it's super cute. It's like really cute pink. You know what, guys? Let me get us some light. I don't like how dark it is. Give me one sec. All right. If you're there, I'm just off camera trying to get us just a little more light. Because I don't know, to me it seems really dark. Might be just barely a little more light, but still, it's just so it doesn't keep getting darker. Yeah, a little better. Not great, but a little better. It's basically because it's over, the light's coming down from the top. But yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm trying to figure out what color to do first, because I want purple and I want a tealy green and I want a little bit of shimmer, but I also want some copper in there, because look at how pretty. I'm going to be using unicorn spit. If you ever never use this, it's like really awesome. It has like it's used as a gel stain for wood, but you can use it for all kinds of things. People even use it to like dye their hair and everything. But it's wood, glass, fabric, ceramic, anything. It sticks to pretty much anything, but it is originally made as a gel stain for wood. But you can see the color. The color you see on here is the color you end up getting, which is why I really want to use it. And I'm going to dilute it like crazy. You don't need a ton. And then this is the gel stain like sparkle. I'm actually doing a china cabinet with these guys, and it's ridiculous. Like, I've been using this purple and it's maybe halfway, and I got most of the china cabinet already done, but I have it like kind of washed in that color. Really cool. I think I'm probably gonna have to rinse it out a few times. I'm not sure what color I should use. Let me know. What do you think? And if you pop in, don't forget to say hi. I'm looking down because I'm trying to see the comments, and I'm hoping that if you comment there, it'll show up there, and then I'll know it's working. Hey, hi. Hey, Lori. Okay, so the comments are popping up there, so I can turn off my tablet. I was afraid like the comments wouldn't pop up or the chat wouldn't come up on the on using this, because I'm using like a program I've never used before. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've used it before, but not with the chat open, and I didn't realize that there was a chat on there before. I'm looking down like at your comment or at your chat, talking to you that way instead of there. I swear I'm out of practice with this. But let's give it a try to the dyeing. And I know, like I said, there's all kinds of stuff going on this desk. I try to pull a bunch of stuff off. But I'm trying to think, what color should we use first? I'm torn between these two guys. Which one do you think? Greeny blue or the purple one first? I'm going to do the dye, and I'm going to do sparkle with the dye because it's Alice in Wonderland theme. So I'm just trying to figure out which one to use. So I brought up a cup of water just so I can fill this, because I wasn't about to walk around trying to hold this. This it's basically my dyeing bucket, so like it's tinted from the black from before. There was coffee grounds in here before. It's had just about everything. I'm thinking, because these are the paper colors that are already in here. There's a lot of green in here, a little bit of baby blue, red, more baby blue though. There's little pops of purples. Deep burgundy purples, more bluey greens. I mean, there's all of them. I know eventually I'm going to do all of them probably. Just trying to think of what it has more or less of. I think I'm going to do the purple. Yeah, I think I'll do the purple. So all I'm going to do is just add a few drops because we're not trying to make them this purple. I'm just trying to give it a tint. Okay, and I definitely want it sparkly. So we're gonna add some sparkle. That I am putting a ton of. Remember, it's a gel stain, so that's why you're seeing it kind of like look like glue is going in there. I'm thinking I should zoom in just a bit here. There. I'm sorry you're seeing my fan. But you can see it in there kind of just rolling around in there a little bit. Alright. Let's go ahead and get my little stirrer here. And it's literally a really small little thing. And I'm just going to go in here and mix it up. And there you go. You can see it's starting to tint it. I'm just going to mix that up. And the only thing I do notice is definitely my my unicorn spit will like dissolve in there, and usually it is definitely better if I have a little bit of warm water, but this is like really cold water because I got it from the fridge. So because my husband was putting dishes away at the time and into the dishwasher, so I just grabbed it from the fridge. At least I know it's really clean water, but it's really cold. But I do notice the sparkle doesn't seem to dilute as easy. I think it's because it's more like it's way more jelly than the other stuff, I think. I'm sorry, I'm a hand person, but don't worry, I have rags near me. Reaching for the rag. I see a little sparkle in there. It's not bad, but I definitely think we need more purple. I don't think that's going to dye it enough. There we go. Let's see. We are going to do that. Alright, I'm just going to mix it up. So what's been going on in the world out there? Is anybody like crafting tonight still? Even if you watch this on the replay, let me know if you're watching me crafting. I do that all the time. So when I'm crafting, I'll put on a video or a live and just craft along at the same time. I can never just seem to just do this, and I'll try to just play music, and that doesn't work either. All right, this is more the color I'm thinking, because it is definitely going to lighten up the color. And I'm going to regret sticking my hand on that. I know I am. But like, it dyes the stuff, but you don't have to be too crazy worried about it. Look at that pretty color. I really like the color. And it's hard to see it on camera, but there really is some sparkle happening in there. And I think at the same time, I'm trying to reach way back here. I have some Pearl-X. Interference. No, this is interference gold. Don't want that. Oh, where are you? That's a micro pearl. So it's a little bit of a pearl. We'll see what that looks like. My fan is going because it is hot. So I apologize if you hear the fan. Basically my goal is to do a tea dye but not tea color. I like color in here. So when I make junk journals, mine's are definitely different. I can't help it. All right, let's give this a test. Okay, so just so you know, there's a lid right here. Ooh, look at that. There's a lid right there that I'm actually just gonna lay them all on top of so we can see. So we're gonna find out how it goes using that paper. Let's see how good it absorbs since it is a slicker, thicker paper. It's actually taking it pretty well. I didn't think it was going to take it that easy. I'm going to love this. I'm also going to dye some book pages in here. And you know what, like the little parts, I don't know if you can still see, there's a few little floaties of the sparkle in there. I think I'm gonna like it if it catches some of them. And of course, the longer you leave it in there, the longer it's gonna hold that dye. But I'm just looking for a pretty tint instead of using like other scrapbook papers. The hard thing I always find nowadays is just not being able to find scrapbook paper. Even though sometimes it'll say it's scrapbook paper, it's still cardstock. It's just a lighter cardstock. So I have the hardest time finding like actual just paper. Alright, so I don't know how much of that. The camera's not totally picking up that color. It still looks pretty white on camera, but it actually is a very, very pale purple. Kind of what you see right now. A little bit less. A bit less, but it is definitely purple. I'm liking that tint. That's exactly the color I'm wanting. And it's so sparkly. Gosh, I wish you guys could see the sparkle. It's going to be hard when it's wet. You can kind of see it. You'll definitely see it later on when I add it to the book. So I'm just going to let it drain a little. And I'm just going to layer it right here. Honestly, I'm probably going to give like a batch to my husband and go have him put it outside for 5 minutes because it's so hot. It will definitely dry fast. If you guys don't know, I live in Vegas and it is hot already. We're like 90 something right now. Alright, I'm gonna leave that in there. Now that I know, it definitely dyes this paper, which is great. I'm gonna grab a little pile of book paper. Okay. I was just grabbing some book paper from my shelf. Ooh, what did I crash into? Oh. One thing about this island is I'm on a big old stool. I'm always crashing into stuff. So I have some book paper. It's from some book about a cathedral. It's in French. And I took it apart. And it's really cool. It's about to get dyed. So I usually prefer to leave it whole so I can bend them in. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it whole. I'm sorry. So this is a giant piece of paper that's about to get dyed. And we're gonna see how good old book paper does being dyed. I don't know if it's like super old. Can't remember when this book was made, honestly. I'm just trying to make sure I get it saturated so that it can take the dye. Okay, yeah, there's definitely some water between that. I'm trying to be careful because my keyboard's in front of me. Let me move my keyboard out of the way. There we go. Okay, no more keyboard in front of me. Like, I am reaching like almost full arm's length to get to where this bin is right now. Alright, let's see. I'm kind of careful about book papers because they're old and I don't know where they had been stored. Didn't smell funny. It didn't smell like there was smoke or anything on it, so hopefully it's not going to contaminate my water with like scents, which would be gross. And let me see here. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. All right. So we're just gonna let that guy soak in there a little bit. Okay. And there. Okay. Sorry, I was just fixing something. Let's add a few more regular sheets of paper into there. And I can still see some floaters where I'm going to have blotches of shimmer, which I am really glad for. So I'm kind of just pushing down on those blotches of shimmer so they kind of stick better. There's still going to be shimmer like covering this whole sheet because I can see it. Like the whole sheet is going to be shimmery no matter what I do. But I'm trying to just make sure that the shimmer's on there nicely. There. I am there and there. Okay, I was checking messagey thing. There we go. Okay. All right. I am just gonna put that in there. See how the bottom one's doing. We can fill it. Okay. That's pretty. It's like a really light grayish purple, which I like. I'm just gonna let it run off a little. I'm noticing with this paper that I'm using it on, it's not as saturated, I guess you can say. It doesn't like, it's not like going in the paper as much as it would with regular paper. So I know that's going to be a big difference. The book paper almost looks like it's not being touched because the book paper already has like that, you know, old book look. Oh, I do like the way that's settled. Thinking if I pick that up just right, it'll kind of settle on it a little. It's like sediment. And you know what it is? Probably the dirtiness from the book itself. There's almost like a sediment. You can see it. See that sparkle part? But then it's almost like sand. Go. Oh my gosh, I think there's actually some parts that are dry. Oh, it's kind of cool though. I'm gonna let that one settle that way. I'm gonna see how that goes. That's cool. Okay, let's put that down. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe not so much some book paper right now and more regular paper. Because yeah, it's getting like sandy feeling in here. Ooh yeah. Okay. It's definitely purple though. I wish you guys could see the paper the way it actually is looking. It is definitely dyeing it. But I think I'm going to add just a little more purple. Just a little more. And remind you, I only put a few drops before, but still drops. Alright, I'm just mixing that up again. Get some of that purple going. I am grabbing like some of the little chunks that didn't dissolve yet and kind of pushing it on there. You can kind of see the spots. You see the spots on there. I'm going to put as many as possible in here. And like I said, I was really surprised because it's smooth. So it almost feels like there's a little bit of a coating on it. So it doesn't seep completely into the paper, but it's definitely dyeing it pretty easily. I was really surprised at it. I was worried it wasn't going to even dye or feel like it got wet, but apparently it is. And if you're just joining, I am dyeing some paper colors instead of regular tea dye. Traditional like tea or coffee dye looking paper. I'm actually making some colors because I'm doing an Alice in Wonderland themed junk journal that I created papers for. I actually created the junk journal kit, and no, I'm not in the business of regularly creating junk journal kits. I just happened to make one because I wanted it, and I wanted one designed the way I wanted it. Because I found these really pretty graphics, so I decided to make my own. So you can see how cute is she. I really love this picture, and it's hard to even like show justice of what this really looks like. Like, still my favorite picture is the Mad Hatter and Alice one, which is super cute. I'm sorry, I'm looking away because it's on this side. Where are you? I always lose a piece. I lose my page. There it is. This is the what inspired it. Was this? I saw these graphics, and I thought they're really cute, nice little twist on it. So I decided to make my own. But it was like these two graphics that I saw, and I had to put a whole book together. Like I said, it's linked, should be linked below too if you want to grab it. I'm selling it for $2. It's just to cover the cost of the hosting the actual listing where I have to keep the file and all that. But if you want to grab it, it's only $2. And if you go to my website, there's actually a whole free kit on there too. Another one that I made, a bunch of other stuff. If you want to head over to misfitcrafterstudio.com. But there is a link below to grab this particular junk journal. You can download it right away. It's a printable, and it comes with a bunch of ephemera embellishment type pieces. But this one has to have some colorful paper. It's colorful paper, and it's a little bit of shimmer because I want it to look really magical. Don't forget, if you stop in, say hi. Let me know where you're at. Let me know what you're doing. You know what? I have another bin. I hate having to do like one color at a time. It's so annoying. I like want to have like 10 bins lined up of paper. Alright, we're going to put those in there. I'm just going to put a few, we'll soak them, and we'll make some other stuff while that's soaking. And I'm just laying them out right here on top of each other so that some of the color like pulls while they're sitting on top of each other. It's kind of hard to see it, but they're sitting just on this lid on my desk. And you may not be able to see it, but if you just see even just the shine, that is some pulling where the color is going to get in there all watercolor like, real pretty. You can see it here too, where the water is just moving. And then we're going to let it dry fast once that sits for a little bit. And I'm using unicorn spit to let it dye, and you can see this is like dark. That's why this water is so dark. And I am using presentation matte paper, copy paper. It's basically just a really higher quality copy paper, I guess, but it's still not super expensive. I think I had 2 pieces together. Darn it. I had grabbed 2 pieces of paper. And it wouldn't be such a big deal, but that means the inside won't get dyed. There we go. Let's push that down. And the bin is just a bin I got from Daiso, which I love because it's like the perfect size. It is like I guess it is like a letter bin or something. But I like it because it has little handles and it's cute on the sides. Alright, we're going to let that sit in there for a bit. I think I have what? 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to do a few of them. There we go. Please tell me I'm not just pick up another 2 sheets. No, I didn't. They're just thick. I keep thinking I picked up 2 sheets. I've only done it once. It's just that they're very, very thick. I want to see, I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a regular piece of paper. I want to see how well the regular piece of paper dyes. I just grabbed a regular piece of copy paper. You can tell this one's different because you can almost see through this paper. It is very thin. There we go. I want to see what the difference is. Oh, actually, this is bond paper. Just saw it. I don't know if you guys can see it. Do you see that like almost watermark? This is typing bond paper. I didn't realize I grabbed from the wrong stack. It's kind of cool when that happens though. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but you see that little ghosting? It's a typing bond paper, and if you don't know what that is, typing paper for the typewriter. You used to put your resumes on it, and they weren't digital. You'd put it on fancy-ish but cheap paper, and it usually had some watermark underneath it. That's what this has. That's kind of cool. I'm actually not gonna put any more on this one just so that bond shows up a little. That looked kind of cool. I didn't know I had any more left. It must have got mixed in. See if you're regular paper or you're bond paper too. I didn't see the watermark. Usually I see it. This one looks like regular paper. Yeah, this one's regular copy paper. No, this one's bond paper too. I see it. I'm gonna leave that one in there longer. See if I can see the bond a little better. Now, where the heck is the regular paper? This might be regular. Are you regular copy paper? This apparently is regular copy paper right here. There we go. Oh shoot, some of the paper came out. Get back in there. Me pushing on this is pushing the other one up on the side of the wall. There we go. My fingers are getting cold. There we go. I like to be one of those people that use like tongs and stuff to do this. No, I gotta get my hands in there. Can't help it. Alright, so while that is dying, I think we let that sit because I want to make it as purple as possible, but not overly purple. I think we are going to pull out, if I can find it. There it is. Why don't we pull out the jelly plate? What the hell was that? Okay. Oops, wrong way. That way. You can see the whole desk. I'm gonna pull out the jelly plate. See what we can do with that guy. Might as well. There we go. There is a brayer in here. Now luckily this desk is covered in a vinyl that just looks like wood. It's not really wood. I am, however, going to move my actual printed paper because that takes forever to print sometimes. There you go. Alright. So you're just going to pull that off. This is one thing I never understood. People would take off the bottom half of the gel thing. I don't know why. I just leave the bottom protector on it because it makes sense to me. But there it is. Feels warm. My hands are getting cold, even though it's like warm in here from the water. But let's see what we can do. I feel bad that you guys are not like zoomed in on it though. So I believe, give me a sec, I'm gonna pan you guys in so you can see this a little better. All right, give me a second, I apologize. No. Every time I think I push it far enough up, it's not, and these are so hard to undo after. So my fingers start to hurt. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, that's better. A little more panned in, so that's a little better. So you can still see the paper dyeing, but we are on this. So I'm gonna move me out of the way. So you really don't need to see that much of me. Okay. All right. Let's move me over here. There we go. Okay, so now we've got it on here. And let's play with some of this unicorn spit. I want to try it on this. I am actually going to pull that apart. See, because this is also printed with a different type of ink. So I am almost wondering, like, what happens with this one. Do I have? Yes, I do. moving some stuff around. I apologize. This wasn't a planned live. This was a spur of the moment type of thing. So, yeah, everything's just whatever. You know what? I have all of these paints. I don't even know if they're any good anymore. I feel that's the one thing about being a craft hoarder. Like, there's this impasto paint that I had gotten. Almost all of it's dried. I'm so mad. This should work. Yep. So very light gray. Giving it as light a push as I can. I'll move this just a little bit. Okay. Try not to make myself a mess that I don't really want. Alright, I am just wondering, like, if this itself down to this like a magazine would. So I'm going to brush that on there, and I am going to leave it on there and see what happens. It's cool because if you want to turn it over, you can kind of see how it's like gonna look in there, so you can flip it over and see. But I am wondering if this is going to react like a magazine would and leave that impression behind or not, because that would be cool. I do wish I had some magazines to play with, but I don't. What? Go. On my post about somebody sent me a message. Oh. Auto post. Did I get more people? I guess I did. Okay. All right. I really didn't leave anything behind. I really just left it painted. It's really just covered in paint. Whatever. That's fine. It's all just experimenting. Now the only thing about unicorn spit and putting it on something like this, just so you know, you will probably dye it a little. And that's okay. Unicorn spit reacts with water. So as you can see, it is kind of, it's a thick, thin, it's a very light gel, extremely light gel. What did I have? I'm trying to think of like, what do I have to play with that I can put on here. Jumbo paper clips. Got a gnat in my water. See it trying to undrown itself. Get out of my water. I don't need no additives. Thank you very much. Die. I'm sorry, but you shall die. All right. Put one more right there. Let's give this one a try. I like it. You see where my fingerprints were? Oh, but I really like it. And then it gets that really pretty shine. That's really cool. Alright, and then I'm just gonna pick up what's left on the other side if I can. Doesn't have much, so I'm gonna take some spray, just wet it down because I know the unicorn spit will react a little. Drag this that I have left on here. I'm not even spinning. Shall be getting dirty today. I should have put my apron on. My big old finger. Look at that. Pretty. This is going to be really pretty in the book. Again, I'm putting all this together to use in my Alice in Wonderland book. I like it with the border, so I'm going to leave this one with the border on it. Oh, look how cute that is. That's pretty good. So when it folds, it's going to be like that. That's pretty cool. So we'll let that guy dry. I have spots everywhere that I just leave stuff to dry. So that should do pretty well. Activating the unicorn bed. Let's see what it does. how that goes. Ooh, it's pretty. It's a really pretty green. Look at that. I like it. Then I'm going to try to make a few drips on here if it still activates enough. Yeah, it's making it activate a little bit, but just enough to like only give it like a little shimmer pull. Not much else. There. Give it a little bit of something. It's pretty. Okay. Let's add a little more copper. And some circles. A little more green. On the edge, really light. Well, let's see what that does. It's really saturated, I'll tell you that. It's gonna get a lot of stuff on there. Stopping in, don't forget to say hi. So I was dyeing paper here for stopping in. There's paper dyeing here. So I figured, well, we're waiting for paper to dye. Pull out the gel plate. Oh, okay. That one was a bit much there, but that's okay. I think we're gonna get some paper pouring going. So it's just kind of dripping a little. Don't get mad at me. Okay. This is gonna end up being like a good base for something. There we go. All this is going to go to an Alice in Wonderland junk journal. Hey there, Jazzy from Portland. I would love to go to Portland. It is so hot here today. Alright. I think that's good for that one. I'm going to let that one dry. We're going to try another one while that dries. I like it when I get old books and there's like notes. I have no idea what it says. If you can read that, let me know. Can you see that? I can feel now like the sandiness that's on the pages from just time and dirt. But oh well. Here we go. Push that down. So it's going to be a quick lift. Pretty, I like it. That spilled. It's a lot of spill. It doesn't look like a lot of spill when it comes to unicorn spit. That's a lot of spill. All right. I don't want it to get on the bottom. Oh, it's too late. Okay. Let's get that up. It spilled all on the edge of it. Get this with some cleaner later. So that ain't gonna work right now. this is already dry. This is just from before, but this is actually already dry. That's how warm it is here. Don't look like we got much spreads. Let's try that again. Nope. Okay, that's not giving us a ton on that page, and I just thought of something that I want to try. Okay, because I know I'm going to put these in junk journals that are going to get folded in half. I am going to make sort of a little frame action here. And I'm barely squeezing this on purpose. Okay, so I'm barely putting this on here on purpose because I'm going to run it out like this. So I'm making a little bit of a border, but not. That makes sense. I don't want it to be a too defined border. There we go. And a little bit of spritz to reactivate that copper. All right, so that's nice and spritzed. Now let's put this down. I gotta move this again. I swear, okay, my camera must be, my camera has to be moving because it was not this out of frame before, which means I probably didn't tighten it up very much, but oh well. All right, so we're gonna put that in there. All right, and again, if you're just joining, don't forget to say hi. Let me know where you're at, what you're doing. But I am dyeing paper for my junk journal that is going to be Alice in Wonderland theme. And so I figured, well, that is kind of soaking. I am also going to use my gel press and make some more paper. Oh, I like it. Oh, I scratched it, but I like it. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, let's let that guy dry. All right, and let's take a look at the dyeing, see how that's going. My hands are so covered now. That's all right. Just gonna pop that off a little. All right, let's see how it goes with these guys. And they're just getting put in here. Okay, I am so going to regret this. Okay, there it is. I always do this. I start dyeing stuff and I do stuff that I know is going to get me dirty, and I don't put on my aprons, and I have a bazillion of them. But okay, because I'm wearing a pretty little blouse that I actually like, and I don't want to get it on it, and I know I'm going to. This isn't one that I usually wear for painting. This is usually one that I wear like out when I was doing my little, see, it's cute. I don't know if you can see it, but it was cute. I made this one. But usually when I was doing my sales and stuff like that, I do not do that anymore because I don't want to ever do craft show again. Not that I have anything against them, I can't handle them anymore. All right, so let's see how these dyed. Okay. Oh yeah, much better than the other ones. So this one is plain paper, and it's gonna get all kinds of stuff off of my hands right now, but that's okay. This one's plain paper, and it's probably impossible to see it, but oh, there, you can catch some of that sparkle. You can see my hand through that right now, but you can catch some of that sparkle because I put some sparkle in there. All right, so I took that one out. Let's go and lay that flat right here for now. They're all kind of laid on top of each other, and I gotta pull them apart and go stick them outside later to dry. And I know the minute that I stick them outside, they will dry really fast because it's like 90 degrees outside still. And I'm in Vegas, so it's a dry heat. But I made the mistake, I will tell you, of putting old paper in here, old book paper in here, and now the water feels sandy. you can't see the purple too much. It probably looks more gray and just a little purple, but it's actually really purple when you look at it up close. But yeah, I can feel it, and it's kind of grossing me out. All right, and some of this is actually bond paper by accident. This sheet was bond paper, so I'm hoping, I don't see it right now, I'm hoping it didn't get it pressed out itself, but I'm hoping that the bond paper like little logo on the back will show up. And if you don't know what bond paper is, like I said, explained earlier for the youngsters, it's paper that you would type on for like resumes or things like that from offices and stuff. I don't know how it ended up in my stash. Probably old paper that I had or my mom had. One fell apart a little on me. This paper, this layer of paper is actually, this one is dyeing, but not as much as the regular paper is. It's definitely purple though, like it'll definitely have a purple tint to it. But this paper is matte presentation paper. It's basically still just copy paper, but a bit thicker, quite a bit thicker, so you can't see through it. So it's really good like when you are wanting to double side print something that's really solid and has a ton of color. What is on my arm? Okay. I'm just trying to get as much water off of this as possible. I don't like it when I lift it up and I end up with like a strip of water at the end, because then I end up with a strip of color. To me, it looks funny sometimes. Alright. I think I gotta stand up. So I apologize if all you end up seeing is like my shoulders and stuff. But I gotta stand up. So, stand up because I'm reaching like super far to get to the other side of the table. All right, there we go. Where this bucket is kind of far from me. All right, I didn't think I did this many sheets, but I guess I did. I knew I did. Thought I felt that. I have 2 sheets of paper together, and I thought I have felt 2 sheets of paper, but I wasn't sure. But yep, still got through there, but not as dark. There's no way I put those together in the water. Ooh, should let that drain just a little more. I'm getting a little excited there. All right. There we go. Definitely seeing that shimmer, which I like. Okay, that's that batch. Okay, so for the next batch, which is probably not a good idea, I'm going to add a little bit of this copper. See what happens. Don't yell at me. I'm thinking since it's metallic, it's going to give it a slightly different look. And again, I'm using unicorn spit to do this. And I'm going to leave some of the chunks in there if I can help it. Well, let's see. I'm going to press down onto some of those chunks. The chunks that float to the top, I'm going to push on here. Because what I'm hoping for is kind of like a marbling effect. Don't really expect it to totally work, but you never know. So I'm really pushing down on it to see if some of these copper spots stick. Ooh, no, the water feels cold. Okay. It might work. I don't know. Let me see if I can sandwich some of this copper between each other, maybe. See, there's like little spurts. I don't know if you can see them. There's like little chunks of the copper right there that I'm hoping will get stuck between the paper. Yeah, you can see kind of the chunks sitting there. Those are the spurts of copper. All right. Let's see if this works. All right, we're going to push that to the side again. We're going to grab our jelly plate again. Play with that some more. I'm adding a little water because this is unicorn spit and it is a slightly reactive to water because it is a gel stain and that is what's in there. And it will calm down from it. It will kind of react again. All right, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm wiping off the paper that I'm using on it real quick because to me it just seems like I didn't do that on the water, so I ended up with like what feels like dirt sediment in there or something from the paper, which I thought about it. Like as I was putting it in the water, I was like, this is probably gonna have dirt on it because it's an old book. Sure enough, now my paper feels sandy. Okay, let's put that in there. Oh, that dried so fast. Okay. Ooh, that's kind of pretty though. You know what? I'm gonna turn down my fan a notch. Just a notch so this doesn't keep drying so fast. That's really pretty though. It's almost like watercolor and it's not. All right, let's try again. Ooh, look at how pretty that. Do you see that in the water? That's the copper just kind of settling there. It's kind of neat. It won't spin. There we go. I'm trying to get it to spin. There's a big gulp right there. We'll see how that looks. I gotta pull it away just a little bit. I apologize. I think my camera's falling a little. All right, let's push that down. Okay, let's see how this goes. I don't know if it's gonna work. So far it's working. Ooh, that's pretty. These are gonna make really pretty papers. Look at that. There's way more color than it's coming up on the screen, just so you know. So yeah. Okay, so let's see. This one's nice and dry. Got little pretty paper clips. The one from earlier that I did the little smush, starting to get dry. The paper's really pretty. The one that I try to make some borders out of. The other one's drying right now, so we'll let those dry. Okay, let's add a little purple in here since we haven't done that yet. Is it open? Yes, it is. Okay. And I'm just adding spots of it. Like I said, I want to do it so it kind of has a little bit of a border because I know I'm going to fold them in half for the book. I'm trying to only push on one side. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of spritzing. I'll try this one on a plain paper. And push that down. Let's see how our presentation matte paper goes. Down onto here. Okay. It's interesting. I don't think anything special, but that's okay. I'm gonna do this. All right, let's see how that goes. I need something to make it different. It's just a rubber band. I'm really hoping that's a gnat, not a spider. Okay. Sorry. It was a bug. I'm just dragging a rubber band on there. I don't know how successful this one's gonna be. I think it's gonna just be copper. Oh wow. That's okay. That's a lot of copper. I think I put a little too much on there. That's okay. I always forget just how gel-like this is, and I tend to put too much sometimes. But oh well. Okay. Now we're gonna add some water on there. Let me get it in here somewhere. I thought I had another brayer in there, but I guess not. Okay. Probably won't be my favorite, but I'm okay with that. It's just stripey. Kind of what I figured was gonna happen. Let me get the copper off the tip. Okay. The only reason I'm watering it is because it is such a water reactive paint. It's a little better. Yikes. Okay, and this one, I don't want any borders because they're so white. They're so stark white that it needs some extra covering there. Like I said, it's not gonna be my favorite, but yeah. I'm really letting it drip like a lot. these edges covered now. Okay, maybe not my favorite, but I like this side. I don't know if I like this side, but it can be used for something. It could be like a pocket. That would be bad for a pocket or something. We'll let that dry. We'll see. Like I said, not my favorite, but yeah. Nothing's ever a total loss. Some paper, and I am looking at my stencils. I have way too many, but whatever. That I recently moved a bunch of my stencils. What do I want to play with? Hearts and leaves. If I had some red at my ready right now, I think I might actually use the hearts. Do I have a smaller one? I do not. I just got an idea. Okay. I'm going to use that. That's watercolor. Watercolor. I'm trying to find red paint. But it's all watercolor. Watercolor. Those are watercolor. Let me see if this impasto paint. I heard, but like a bunch of my impasto paint got dried up. There we go. Let's give that a try. Still has the foil on it. I never even used it. How do you like that? I know I'm doing this in a bad order, but I'm okay with it. This is Alice in Wonderland, and I have some really pretty red queen pages in there that I think this would be great for. Really having a push on this guy. Crossing my fingers, this is gonna work. I'm still new at playing with gel plates, so if anybody's got tips, go for it. Oh, this is gonna be pretty. This is definitely going on a book page. Crossing fingers. Move that just a little more so you can see it. It dried so fast, you guys. Ugh, I'm so disappointed right now. You have no idea. It dried so fast. There's like nothing there. So, I'm going to have to do the thing. Let's give this a try. I did it way too many passes, too many times. So, I'm going to have to do this instead. I really didn't want to do gray, but oh well, I'm going to have to. I think I can do a little gray with a little copper. I don't want to wait too long, so I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up. Okay. I really wish I had white right now, but oh well. Let's give this a try one more time. Let's cross my fingers if I get it. Okay, let's see. It's really thick on there. And I probably should have not done that because it is impasto paint. But oh well. Okay. Should, if I do this right, get the copper in between just a little. With some red on there and that gray in the background. I'm hoping it works. We'll find out. So it should kind of look like that. I'm done with it. Sit there for a minute. It's acrylic, so the water won't do much, but let's see. Did nothing. It's so dry on there already. That's how dry it is here. Jeez. Okay. Kind of disappointed. Oh well. Okay. That was on the other side, but I wasn't expecting much on that side, so I'm okay there. I was hoping for a little more. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna have to let that sit to get the other side to dry for a little bit. While that's doing that, do a quick cleanup right here. And that is just Murphy's oil soap. I find that seems to work the best on this table with the vinyl cover. Like I said, this is just vinyl. See if I get stuff on my hands. This is just vinyl paper. It's like a cheap one from Amazon, but it works perfect for this. It didn't cost too much. It just covers everything up, which is nice. Okay. Let's see what's going on with the paper now. All right. Oh yeah, that settled pretty. Okay. Looky, looky. That settled so pretty. I really like it. It did what I was hoping it to do. I got 2 sheets. I'm trying to grab just one. There we go. Yep, it's sandwiched nicely, especially settled on this top one really nicely. I just want to get the sides off real quick. Otherwise it makes like a straight line at the bottom and I don't like it. Okay, so you can see it's got that copper and then it's got that it's like a rose gold purpley background. It's like I said, it's hard to pick up on the camera right now. So I wasn't prepared, so I didn't set up good lighting or anything today. But you can kind of see it. You can see the sparkle. So those need to go be run outside in a bit. This one has more like a settled copper color to it. I know it's hard to see it right now, but I will show you. You can kind of see it. There's a little bit on the back. Hopefully me putting on top, maybe we'll settle in some of that color. I want to take off some of the sediment fill to it. There we go. Guess I would have left it nice, but it's mostly dusty dirt from the other paper. There we go. Okay. All right, I think that is it for tonight. I will show you what they look like on the replay. So I will edit the replay so you're not having to wait through a lot of the boring stuff and get to the point. But because I definitely need to go clean out this water because it has the dirt from the other paper that I put in there and I shouldn't have, and so I can I'm checking the other paper, it's still not good yet, and so I can go dry these other guys off. Still waiting on this other paper to dry enough. I'm not losing hope on those hearts yet. No, not yet. But thanks for joining me, whoever popped in and out. Thanks again. Like I said, I am going to be on here way more than ever before. I know we had a big lapse, but I was getting ready for some summits coming up. So be sure to head over to misfitcrafterstudio.com, sign up for the newsletter if you want to be notified for the summits coming up. We got a few Cricut ones, some holiday-ish ones. Can't tell you exactly which ones they are yet, but I can let you know that they're really cool, and I've seen the lineup on a lot of them, and they're really awesome. The projects are really cool. I've been to a few different summits, and for me, some of them are really cool because it's stuff I've never seen before, but then there's some stuff I've done before, so I'm always like, cool. But there's a couple of summits coming up, and I've seen some of the projects from them and from the other people, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's cool to know. Since I've been doing this for so long, there's so many things that I already have tried. And there are some things that I've tried before, but have like a new take, which is kind of cool. And that's kind of what I want to do for this channel. There are some people that are new to everything that maybe a lot of us that have been doing this a while are used to. So I'm thinking like new take on some of the same stuff we're used to all the time that, you know, for us it's not new, but for other people it is, but also twisted a little. Tell me what you think. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.